Okay, let's see what happens as we go through this one. F of x equals x squared plus 10x plus 5. First of all, I look at my a, which is 1. That's positive, so we know this graph is going to open up. What else can we tell from our equation really quickly? We can look at our c, which is 5, and we know that that is our y-intercept. So from looking at the graph or the equation, you can tell which way it opens and what your y-intercept is. Now let's find the vertex using the formula minus b over 2a. And have you recognized that minus b over 2a is part of the quadratic formula without the plus or minus part? That will help you remember it. So minus b is 10, so the minus 10 is minus b over 2 times a, 2 times 1. Minus 10 divided by 2 is minus 5. So our x value of our vertex is a negative 5. Let's find the y value of our vertex. Y equals minus 5 squared plus 10 times minus 5 plus 5. Y equals 25 minus 50 plus 5. 25 minus 50 is minus 25 plus 5 is minus 20. Okay, so we have our y-intercept, we have our vertex. We should know how to figure out our x-intercepts. And we do that by setting the equation equal to 0. Now if we try to factor this, 5 times 1 is 5, but those don't add up to 10. It doesn't factor, therefore we're going to have to use the quadratic formula. Now if you try to do this on your calculator, and do the shortcut method, you won't have exact x-intercepts for your answer. So we need to go ahead and do this by hand. X equals minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4 times a times c. Minus b would be minus 10 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a. And let's see what that gives us. That would be 10 squared is 100 minus 4 times 1 times 5. 100 minus 20 is 80. And I know that I need to simplify square root of 80. I'll just go the tree route. I know that 80 is 4 times 20, and 4 will break down to 2 times 2, so there's a pair. 20 is 4 times 5, and those break down into pairs. So 2 times 2 is 4. And we have the 5 left underneath the radical. In other words, 80 was 16 times 5, and the square root of 16 is 4. And we're left with the square root of 5 all over 2. And I can divide a 2 out of each of those.